Bethune-Cookman head coach Ed Reed issued an apology after his profanity-laden Instagram live post, kind of bashing the school. I don't know, kind of. He was bashing the school. But should he have apologized? Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsyJr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload just about every single day. And if you want to support the channel, you can donate to the Cash App. The link's in the bio or in the description, or you can become a member. All members, you get special privileges, become an admin and all that good stuff. So if you want to support, go ahead and do that. Anyway, Ed Reed, if you were on our Epic Live recently, the other day, we talked about Ed Reed, and I just really let the caller sound off about how they felt about Ed Reed and what he had to say about HBCUs, and not just all HBCUs, but more specifically his HBCU, Bethune-Cookman. And he had a lot to say, and I don't want to play that video anymore. You can go to my old live and check that out, or just type in Ed Reed, it'll pop up. But now he's issued an apology. He's apologized to the university. He's apologized to the school. Let's just, you know what I mean? Like, let's just read it. I mean, let's just read it together. He apologized in that way. You read his words, and we'll dissect his words, and we'll talk about it, and we'll see whether that's good enough or not, or should he have done it at all? Because I know some of you feel like he shouldn't have done it at all. This is Ed Reed. He posted around 1 a.m. in the morning Eastern time, and it says on Martin Luther King Day. It says, in regards to my social media and comments about the university, staff, and other institutions, I would like to sincerely apologize to the BCU staff, students, and alumni for lack of professionalism, which I think was the number one error with what he did. I'm not going to sit here and act like I disagree with everything Ed said. I mean, if he comes to an office and the office is dirty, full of trash, that's a problem. But it was the lack of professionalism. So I understood that part. I totally agree with that. Let's continue reading. It says, my language and tone, boom, 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 and also were unacceptable as a father, coach, and leader. My passion for our culture betterment and bringing our foundation up got the best of me, and I fell victim while engaging with antagonists on social media as well. I am fully aware of the hardworking folks at our school who are fighting to make things better and more financially sound. I am encouraged from my communication with our AD and our administration and understand it's a work in progress. My passion is about getting and doing better, and that goes for me too. So I understand. Should he apologize? Absolutely. This was what needed to be done. But now the question is the damage already done? What is the apology enough? Or has the damage already been done? And has he already crippled not just HBCUs altogether, but his school even more specifically? So let me answer all of these things. Do I think the apology is enough? Not in the time being. But here's the beautiful thing about him being a football coach. Winning cures all. Winning will cure all problems, because if he gets there and he gets to winning, that means the funds will go up. That means the people will forget about this crazy tirade rant, at least in the time being, and recognize him for his success that he and his team is having on the field. Now, how much winning can he do in this first year? That is yet to be determined, because this is still a team that's won 4 games in the last 2 years. This is a 2-9 football team, or 2-, whatever it is. This isn't a good team he's walking into. So, but if he's able to win, that's not saying he can just yet, but if he's able to win, a lot of people will forget a lot of this stuff. But in the time being, there was damage that has been done, because certain people, depending on who you are, whatever side you fall on this, pendulum, there are certain people who were looking for something like this, and to forever label HBCUs as garbage, as trash, as not knowing how to treat their people, not knowing how to treat their coaches, Prime was right, blah, 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 blah. So they were looking for something like this after what took place with Deion Sanders at Jackson State, and not necessarily the entire duration, because during the duration of Deion Sanders' stay, he seemed to love it. But some of the comments that he made on his way out, and now you got Ed Reed, who hasn't even officially been labeled the head coach. This will give the fuel to that fire, right? And you got to think there's going to be some parent, some player, I'm not saying it's going to be the overwhelming majority, but there are going to be a number of people, parents, coaches, whatever, that are going to be like, yo, coach, that Ed Reed and his staff are going to be recruiting, and it's going to kind of look at him funny. Be like, bro, you told me they don't even take care of you. So how can I trust that y'all going to take care of my son? How can I trust that y'all going to take care of my child? How can I trust that y'all going to take care of mine when you told me, you told me? Well, you're apologizing for it now, as you should, but you told me in a way that how we talk, some people use that their vernacular. You told me that there was trash everywhere. They had a Hall of Famer coming to their school and they couldn't give it together. So why would I trust that they can get it together for my son? You're a Hall of Famer. You Ed Reed. We still trying to make a name. And they couldn't take care of you. And that could be very, very detrimental to Ed Reed, at least in the beginning, at least at the time being. That could be very detrimental to him and his staff. Now, on the flip side, you also got to put some onus on Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman's got to do better. Bethune-Cookman, like this is a guy that brings a lot of media attention, and you don't want it to be bad. I talked to some folks from Bethune-Cookman, and I was told they learned from the good and bad of what took place with Deion Sanders at Jackson State. And they told me that they took that into account. So with this Ed Reed thing, then this was before all the lives, but they told me like, yo, we feel like we're going to get this thing together. Well, this ain't a good first start. This ain't the best of looks to begin. So we need to revise that playbook and get it together. Now, I'm not saying he should go out there and put you on blast. No, hell no, he shouldn't do that. But you also got to look in the mirror and say, yo, we got to tighten up, because this man has a megaphone. And whether his megaphone can propel our program forward, and he can say glowing remarks and talk great about us and how he treats us and continue to grow our program, who's gotten off to a shaky start since you entered the SWAC, or as you've seen over the last couple of days, his megaphone can be very detrimental to us and our program, and not just us. It can be very detrimental to the entire SWAC, to all the HBCUs. That's why, just like when Deion was doing great things and he used his megaphone to blast these, sing the praises of Jackson State, of HBCUs, of the SWAC, and it got all types of great media attention, the same can be done in reverse. The same thing he was able to do in reverse on his way out, and Ed is kind of doing on the way in. And that's not what you want if you're the SWAC. That's not what you want if you're HBCUs. That's not what you want if you're Bethune-Cookman. And so everybody's got to tighten up, man. Ed's got to tighten up. You can't be out here cursing like that, dog. Like, you wasn't doing that when you were coaching with Miami. You weren't doing that when you were coaching with the Bills. And I'm sure there were things that they did that you weren't happy about, and you didn't go on a big tirade. And not to mention, you are now the head coach. Because even if you did do that, which you didn't, as an assistant, it's one thing. You're the leader of men. You're the head coach. You can't get on Instagram Live because of a couple of trolls. Because guess what? In this position, in this profession, I don't need to tell you, but in this position, in this profession, there's always going to be trolls. There's always going to be trolls. And they're going to get louder and louder, knowing that they can get to you. If they feel like they can get to you, that only puts a battery in their back. That doesn't make you going out cursing at them or whatever, doesn't help the situation. It makes it worse. It's pouring gasoline on a fire. But I don't need to tell Ed Reed that. He's a Hall of Famer. He's been doing this thing. He knows. But he got a rude awakening with all this going down. I'm interested to see how this press conference goes. Then I talked about in my live, the biggest thing that I didn't like is now, because of this, folks are going to be asking about this stuff and not football, not the program, not the elevation of the program. And that's unfair to the kids and to the staff. That's unfair to the administration of Bethune-Cookman. So everybody's got to tighten up. Bethune got to tighten up. Ed's got to tighten up. But like I said, this all can be forgotten if he's able to get down there to Daytona Beach and come August, September, he's winning some football games. This will be a distant memory if he's able to win at Bethune-Cookman, a place, like I said, that's had 4 total wins in the last 2 years. Has had a rough, real shaky start to their introduction to the SWAC coming from the MEAC. And that, my friends, is why they hired Ed Reed to turn this ship around. We'll see what ends up happening. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Ed Reed issues an apology, rightfully so. I'm not always for people apologizing because I feel like most of the time when people they say what they mean. They mean what they say and they say what they mean. But in this case, with the profanity laden, with the bashing of the school and that the school's got to tighten up, we've already said that. But and you being the head coach, I think this calls for an apology, and Ed Reed did the right thing. And I think he can turn this thing around. And I think once he gets to winning football games, people will forget some of this stuff. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. It's real simple. Hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. It helps the algorithms and helps our channel grow. So thank you all for being kind and loyal supporters. Hit that thumbs up button if you want to support the channel even more. Join, become a member, and it helps a ton. Thank you, guys. And I will see you next time. Peace.